Alright, folks, welcome back to the Boys Green YouTube channel. It's time to look ahead to tomorrow night's game at Tynecastle, and we'll also we'll also look back on today's AGM. I'm joined at Ballister. How you doing after a
Good,
long
thanks.
international break?
Glad it's over.
I know. Not getting all that in March, so we're alright.
Yep.
Alistair, we may as well start with the whole. I mean, I don't know why I spent too long on it because I've got an opinion on the AGMs. I'm not a big fan of them because I don't think much football actually gets discussed. Alistair, in this AGM, we've had everything from Michael Nicholson being compared to the Godfather and Al Pacino. We have had fucking Rod Stewart needs to invest. We have had umpteen. I just it's hilarious to be honest, some of the stuff. But what did you take away for the AGM if there was anything to take away?
I took away that the results were good, and but apart from that, the Q&A is always game for a laugh.
It's pointless. It's a laugh for rival fans, I think, and I think that goes for a lot of clubs. I think it's just I know it's you need to legally have one and all that, but I think if I was to, I just wouldn't bother on them because I don't think a lot gets covered. There was some things get covered,
I'd rather discuss the annual Christmas video, to be honest with you.
Aye.
But
I thought they done a good job of that. I thought they done a good job.
they did, aye. But I just think it's stereotypical shite. Looking up the board for hooky, to be honest with you.
I always compare it to, I think it's the annual board's ego trip. I think they're always in their element. They're always having that. There was a guy I think was asked a question about, and he started going about the last goal scorer to score against Rangers and all this stuff. It was Gary Hooper, and they were giggling away and all that. And you're like, what's the point, man? I don't get what that's. But
I mean, I'll be honest. Me and you can have fun at my rivals, but you're not really expecting it at an AGM,
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them, and I'm certainly not a big fan of them where the owner of your club doesn't even bother his ass to turn up to one since 2006. But
yeah.
Anyway,
but
I thought there was much to pick up. They kind of talked about obviously the women's team, how they've kind of developed pretty well. They spoke about
last year.
They spoke about a lot. The subject of stadium expansion doesn't seem to go away, which is interesting. Spoke about as well about the Celtic end. Nicholson kind of gave an answer, basically saying they're still looking through those fan surveys that a lot of fans.
He gave an answer with it. Gave an answer.
Pretty much. I'd like to see it happening, Alistair, because I think you've seen it at the women's games. I think it would add a lot more atmosphere at Celtic Park as well.
Yeah.
When it's needed, that Celtic Park atmosphere is decent. But I do think if you could get maybe like a standing section, you see it at Dortmund, you see teams like that. You know, I think it could really really enhance the atmosphere at the ground.
And even expand. Pardon me. Even if you expand that along that line, and even if you say have one end, like absolutely rocking. But to be honest, I think if that was going to happen, Josh, they would have done it by now.
I think so. I think they keep kind of swapping the question when they're asked about it, which isn't too promising. Alistair, anything really else? I obviously spoke about stadium expansion. Financially, we're still sound as we all thought. The board hasn't really changed. Everybody's still in place who was there last year.
there's one thing. Was T still there? No.
I don't know if he was mentioned, but I'm not sure he was there. No, he was mentioned.
That
I'm
would
pretty
have
sure.
been interesting.
I think
There's
that'll be an
some,
interest. I think that'll be an interesting partnership because he seems to be getting a lot of mentions. So it'll be interesting to see what's gone of his ideas.
you can
I've
only
heard,
judge him twice a year, and I'm not being funny.
aye,
Both
but
transfer
I
windows.
think as well. But I think he needs to come in and not just revamp the transfers. There needs to be a revamp of the club in terms of a bit of freshness because I do think we are still stuck in the
Because,
analog age when we're in the digital age. Put it that way. And I completely understand the club. The club are well run and that's fine, but I still think there's other stuff we can do, especially something like the youth academy. I think that's been a drastic letdown.
yeah,
You know,
£1 million a year to run,
and it
and we're
doesn't
basically getting nothing for it.
nothing from it. But aye, there was no really much kind of else I'd say was kind of spoke about. As I said, it's just kind of there's the odd one or two questions that are decent, and then a few, 3 or 4 or 5
Do you not think once a year would be plenty? I know legally they're meant to have them twice a year, but I think once a year would be plenty. Just tell us yearly how much profit have we made, how much.
To be fair, I do think they have them once. I don't think the other one where they announced that the big profit and all that. I don't think fans are in it. That I think the only one that fans are allowed in is this one. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure. So they need to have one a year with fans, like shareholders technically present because you can't have shareholders without um having a general meeting technically. But I'm not a big fan of them, as you can
well,
tell.
I'm going to put cards on the table here. I'm a shareholder and I've never been to one, and for the reason I can just imagine me sitting there and somebody asking about, we need extra toilet roll in the toilets or something, and I'd be kind of cringing. So that is the reason. But anyway,
Um,
we went through it so many questions, Josh. I mean, no harm to the people, but my God, you only get to ask one question and
try and
you're
make it count.
quench.
Um, but I don't think there's much else. We may as well just move on to the actual Hearts Celtic preview. Alistair, we're coming back off the international break to another really difficult fixture away at Tynecastle. What you thinking ahead of it?
Reasonably confident. I think if we can control the first 20 minutes, because Hearts beat having watched loads of Hearts Celtic games, they tend to come out at you the first 20 minutes. And if you do nothing stupid, they'll tend to burn themselves out. So I would, I would, I'm really quite confident. I'll put it this way, Josh, if we can play the way we've been playing generally, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay.
Well, obviously, we've started the season phenomenally well. Obviously, we're still unbeaten this season. Ironic with the last major unbeaten streak that Rodgers had ended at Tynecastle, but we'll not get into that too much.
No,
But
we won't. Please
um,
don't.
but Hearts having a bit of an indifferent season. I think both Edinburgh clubs are just really not doing really that great. Hearts are maybe picking up under Critchley. I don't really think you can judge him too much because he's just basically
He
on the door.
don't
But
go anybody in, so you
I
can't really judge him.
think a lot of the damage was obviously done by Naismith. I think there's problems at Hearts as there is for teams like Hibs and that as well. So Celtic
Yeah.
just need to go about their business. Obviously, it's coming off the international break, which, to be honest, I hate games like this because it's just I don't think the rhythm's quite there because I've been away with the
I
very
would kind of feel better. See if we were playing um, Hearts next Saturday
aye.
when
See
we
if you
two
could
or
see if you
three.
could switch. See if you could switch the Ross County game for me. So
Yeah,
Ross, see we were at home tomorrow at Ross County, and then away at Hearts next week, I'd probably. I'm still confident, don't get me wrong, but I'd still be kind of like, right, we're back in our groove really, because I just think it's a bit of a bastard a game to come back
But
to.
having said that, would you rather have Tynecastle before Bruges or after it? Probably before.
Probably aye, but I think either or. I think this is the start of a big kind of run for Celtic. Really, we've got
31 games.
aye, and then you've got Aberdeen away in there as well. You've got Rangers away. You've got also the Champions League games. You've got the Cup final. So there's a lot of big games there for Celtic. And Alistair, in all honesty, we need to just start tomorrow with a win, because you don't want to be starting off on a bad
you
foot.
don't. And that is where, getting off on a tangent here, that is where you can now judge. This is where I'm hoping our squad strength will show, because there'll be no break. And
Aye.
whereas Aberdeen, I'll use Aberdeen because they're our closest challengers at the moment. Aberdeen have kind of had 4 games a week, 4 games a week, then 5 games in a week. It's no, and this is where I think Aberdeen will find it difficult, because there are no break. There's not even a winter shutdown now, so
There's I actually realised in the fixtures we've got a home game on Boxing Day for the first time in how long?
Motherwell.
Aye, so it's a home game.
I
know, but if you turn up half pissed. No, aye, I just say it needs to start with our squad players. We've brought, and I don't want to pick on him, the guy, but this is where we need to see players like Adam Ida really starting to kick on, because I don't want to sound, I'm being picking on the guy, because I think he still scored the odd goals and whatever, but I'm yet to see something for Adam Ida that goes to me, right, okay, he's here. I just, he always looks a yard off it for me.
I wasn't a fan then, I was, and now I'm starting to think, was it a 6-month hot spell? And I don't want to kind of think that, because I don't think he deserves it. But he needs to do something very, very quickly.
I think Rodgers seems to back him, and I back him as well, don't get me wrong, but it was against Kilmarnock. He looked a bit off it. I think no team was off it that day, to be fair, but that's when you're looking for a 9 million, and I hate to bring up the price tag again, because that's always seem to be talking about, but that's when you're expecting your striker, when you know the team isn't playing well, you're expecting a striker to step forward, and I don't think he done it, to be honest, but as you said, Alistair, he's got a good run of games to assert himself, really, and because Kyogo's not going to play 31 games in a row, is he? So
no, he isn't. No.
Adam Ida's going to definitely get time. I think he can.
I think Adam Ida will probably. We'll go into team selection, so I don't really want to go into that, but it wouldn't shock me if Adam Ida starts tomorrow.
I think with Bruges coming up on Wednesday night.
He's definitely going to start one of the next 3 games.
And if I'm being honest, I'd rather start tomorrow. So I do think and it's not even because I do think Bruges will probably they'll probably come out, and I think Kyogo's probably going to more time, but it just depends really. But this is where we need to show that we've got 2 strikers who can come in and hit the ground running. I think Ida's shown in glimpses what he can do, but I think sometimes we need to just see a bit more consistent run.
He just needs a game where, what, I hate going back to it. The Murrow game last year, where he comes on and grabs the game by the scruff of the neck and says, "Nah, we're no dropping points."
I think he needs a week like that. I think because if you look at that before that game as well, he scored 2 against Hibs, that another last minute winner as well.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if he can get a week, and he's going to have plenty of chances where he can get the goals. I'm not saying last minute goals. Hopefully not, because I can't be bothered with him or draw. But
I
you know,
take it if you can
no, I
guarantee
take it obviously.
it.
But I think it's important. He just needs a run for me, and then we'll kind of see where it goes. Alistair, we may move on to World's team selection. I'll go first. I'd obviously go with Casper Schmeichel and goal. I think he
Yeah,
had
that,
another
that,
man.
that goes without saying.
Another good international break with Denmark as well. I think he was in the UEFA team of the year.
Yeah,
Team of the
he got man of the match over Serbia.
Right back, Alistair Johnson, who I've not actually congratulated on his new contract. Alistair fully deserved. He's
Yeah,
been arguably our best player this season.
him and yeah.
There's been
The
that
way
many, I
he
think.
lined up's unbelievable.
But I just think defensively he's always been sound. I think, but he's now adding. I think he's adding attacking, so we're getting the best of both worlds.
He's actually been better. He's getting better by the game, Josh. I mean, Alistair Johnson, I wouldn't call him a dirty player. I'd call
But
him a hard player.
he's physical and he's
Hard
got a bit
player.
of shithousery about him. But
Yeah.
to get him on a 5-year contract is something the club should have done and have done. And I'll applaud them for that. I don't applaud the club for much at times, but
No, you don't.
well, I've got right to know applaud them at times. But if they do something good, I'll happily applaud them. And I think getting Alistair Johnson on that length of contract is because he's been absolutely phenomenal this season. I think he's really excelling for the club and for country. I know he was talking in Canada during the week about Celtic. Now he's 50 caps now for Canada as well, so he's really good. I think he's on and off the pitch. He's deserved that contract.
He's
And
next captain material.
if he
That's
stays,
how you
if he
can
stays long
discuss.
enough, then I could see him being next captain material. But if he continues to do it the form he's been in this season, he could be another one we're talking about maybe moving on at times for a big fee because I think he's going to go under the radar.
Positive, Josh. Positive.
Yeah. No, I'm not meaning no selling our players, but I just think I think he's been really good, and obviously teams will look at that because he is playing fucking Canada. He had a standout Copa America last year as well.
Yeah, with
In the
the
summer, sorry.
That's when I thought we need to get him signed up
So
because we watched the Canada Argentina game and I said, you know what, considering Johnson's playing for Canada and he's playing the world champions, Johnson had a good game, I thought.
aye.
But saying that, I've always liked Johnson.
But I would go with him at right back. Centre half. Carter Vickers and Trusty for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
I just think Hearts can be like pretty quick. They like to get the ball forward quick. So I think Trusty being in there.
Yeah.
As I said before, again, I don't mind Scales being in there anyway because I think he's.
I think Scales would actually suit Bruce more.
I think if you can give him maybe time on the ball or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's kind of a flip the coin with that one. But Carter Vickers starts with me alongside Trusty
It's TYNCASTLE.
left back. I've got a feeling he might go Valle and then play Taylor midweek. Just how he's been going with the champ.
It's the opposite. I think he'll go Taylor.
Do you think so?
Basically because Hearts are physical. Taylor's been there. And I know that I'm saying that Valle's not a great player, but I think Hearts would target him the same way Falkirk did, the same way I think he's better now than he was the Falkirk game.
No, I think he's been came forward leaps and bounds. I think from that
But
Falkirk. I do
I
think that
do
Falkirk
think
game
at
was
Tynecastle, I think they would target him.
I do think that Falkirk game is unfair on as well because the goal they conceded from him was actually a foul on him. But anyway, midfield, I'd go Engels, Hatate, and McGregor. I feel sorry for Luke McGowan, I really do, because he's not put a foot wrong either. But yeah, again, it's good to have this discussion so we're not. If Luke McGowan comes in tomorrow, we're not, oh, fuck's sake. We're like, right, okay. But for me, I'd go Hatate, because I just think if Hatate's on his game, we win that football. We win tomorrow pretty
Yeah.
much.
I'd go Bernardo, Engels, McGregor.
Would
Basically
you?
because of the travelling. They've come back from Japan.
Their monthly good order in the world to play 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Up front, I'm going to go Nicholas Kuhn. I mean, I don't even need this.
Nicholas Kuhn's self-explanatory.
At the moment, he's the first name in the team sheet. For me at the moment, left wing, Dyson Maida again. Self-explanatory for me.
And me having said
I know,
that.
I know, but I just think
But you kind of leave Maida out. He's just a work.
the difference with him out the team, in the team, is night and day for me. Up front, we already discussed it. For me, I think it might see Adamida come in.
I think just for the ball and the pace over the top. I know that I'm saying Kyogo. I think you need somebody to hit at Tynecastle, and it ain't the biggest of parts. So I think he might go. I mean, no doubt Kyogo come on. Hopefully we don't need him to, but I just think I've just got a feeling that Adamid is going to start.
Aye, I think a few changes. I went Hatate, you went Bernardo. I went Vi, you went Taylor, so we're two different. But I can see the changes as well. The midfield for me is a flip of the coin at times because I think we've got that much strength in that midfield area.
If any midfield combinations, you couldn't really argue. Maybe if it was McGowan, Bernardo, and Engels, you might go, well, we over-egged it there. But all I'm saying is, it's probably, it is the strongest part of the team, without a doubt.
Aye. Alistair, what about score predictions? What are you saying?
3-1.
3-1. I'm going to go 2-0. I'd go.
Yeah.
I know, 2-0 win. I think it will be difficult, but they see Celtic.
I can't see Celtic not scoring.
I know. I think we'll score. I just hope it's not the last visit to Tynecastle. Because that post-match reaction was an old time.
Is that
the Yang game, because that post-match reaction was an old timer.
That's the lowest I felt coming on a podcast, to be honest with you. That was the last defeat. Bizarre.
Hopefully it doesn't put an end. But on that, we will be back tomorrow.
Guys, so don't give me abuse.
But we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully talking about another win. But until then, we'll speak to you later. And